Okay. Abhinaya, sorry, Abhigya, do you want to sing Hare Krishna?
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. We have our Mataji here. She'll take over. Mataji, over to you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Nice Kirtan, Abhigya. Were you all doing Kirtans until I joined? Okay, Mataji.
We were just.
Were you okay?
Yes, Mataji, because kids join early. Like sometimes they join early. Sometimes there won't be anybody here actually until the class starts.
Yeah. I'll share my screen. 1 second.
So Mataji, you are covering for the next part, right?
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, I'll do that today. Okay. So we have Vrinda is there, Param, Abhigya, Abhinav, Dhruva, Risha, Kabir, Tulsi. Who is Motorola Moto? Who has joined with that name? Okay, no problem.
They did not join with the audio yet.
Huh?
The call. They were not joining with the audio, and then they left the call.
Yeah, looks like that. Oh, okay. Somebody was left actually.
Mataji, at 7 o'clock, I will give you the host, and Vrinda will be joining from the phone. Is that okay, Mataji?
Okay, Mataji, yeah.
You can just end for everyone, Mataji.
I will, okay. Yeah, sure, Mataji. Thank you. So let's start with our prayers. Okay, unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1.
Om Jnana Vijnanasya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Yeah. So this is the one we have been practicing, right? Canto 1, chapter 3, verse 28. I think you all know this verse by now. You all can raise your hands. You all can recite it one by one, and then we will move ahead to our next session quickly. Abhinav and Kabir, can you both recite together?
Ete kamsa chala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vaikulam Lokam Mridyayanti Yuge Yuge.
Yeah, keep in mind it's Vradayanti, okay? It's the, okay? Not the. Alright. Vrinda and Abhigya, can you both recite?
Slowly.
Ete cham sakala
Krishna
Indari Vyakulam Lokam Medayanti Yuge Yuge.
Very nice. Dhruva and Param.
Okay. Ete kamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Idradi Vyakulam Loka Bridayanti Yuge Yuge.
Bridayanti Yuge Yuge.
Okay, so here, even though there is C, it's not Ka, okay? It's Cha. Ete cham shakala, okay?
Chamsa?
Chamsha, yes. Whenever there is need of saying ka, there will be k. Mostly. Okay, here it's cha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also we write with C only, right? We don't write CHAI sometimes, right? Both are correct. And whenever there is only C, it is mostly cha. Okay. Tulsi and Rishya, can you both recite?
Ete jam sakalam pumsam Krishna stoy Bhagavan swayam
Rishya, go ahead.
vakulam lokam vidayate yuge yuge.
Puncha Krishna stu swayam Krishna stu Bhagavan swayam Indradi Vyakilam Lokam Vidayanti Yuge Yuge.
Okay. I think everyone got a chance to recite, right? Yes. Okay. By now, I'm sure you all have memorized this verse, right? Because we are reading it every day. Let's read the translation. Can somebody read the translation? Tulsi, would you like to read? Because we should know what we are reciting. Keep the translation in mind, okay?
All the above-mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists.
Yes. Krishna is the origin. All are his incarnations, the plenary or portions of the plenary, and he comes to protect the theists, means devotees, and he appears whenever there is disturbance by the atheists. Keep the translation in mind when we recite. Okay. So we are, as always, first revising. Okay. Just tell me a few points from this chapter. Which chapter we are reading? Chapter 13 from Canto 3. And we are going verse by verse. So what happened so far? Let me know. Who would like to share? Yes, Abhigya.
So, like the first thing that happened in the beginning was like the four Kumaras cursed Jai and Vijay to come down on earth, and like so Hiranyaksha, he was like trying to find someone like who was worthy of fighting with him, because like he would like scare away all the other demigods, and he found Varaha, like basically Krishna, and he was like, where we ended was like he disappeared and he made all those gross stuff rain, like blood and stuff. So, and Krishna made it all disappear.
Okay. Nice. Anyone else? Talk about this chapter specifically. Okay, so let's see what happened. So Lord Brahma requested the Lord to kill the demon, right? Without wasting much time. And then Lord accepted the prayers. And then there is a description of fight between both of them. Do you all remember how the demon was attacking and how Lord was escaping all that? So he tried to attack the Lord from all possible ways, but he was always unsuccessful, right? And then there were some consequences or effects of that fight, which you must have learned last week, right? What was happening? It was too windy and there was darkness everywhere due to the dust and hailstones. Stones came in volumes from every corner like a machine gun. Do you all remember this? Yes? Right? Yes, everything was happening when there was fight was going on. I hope you all remember. And then there were thick clouds in the sky, and naked demonesses armed with tridents appeared with their hair hanging loose. Yakshas and Rakshasas uttered cruel slogans. And then finally, Lord discharged his Sudarshan. Okay? So this is what we learned so far. Now we are going to learn this verse 23 today. You all can raise hands. I will give you a chance to read whenever we need to. So who would like to read the translation? Go ahead, Param.
Okay. At the very moment, a shudder suddenly ran through the heart of Diti, the mother of Hiranyaksha. She recalled the words from her husband Kashyapa, and blood flowed from her breast.
Yes.
Think about.
So who is Diti? How is she related to the demon?
She related.
Whenever
she's the mother.
She's the mother of Hiranyaksha. Yes. So when she heard or when she knew that Lord has now he's discharged the darshan, a shudder ran through the heart of Diti. It means it was she was like it was like a shiver. She was because it's her son, right? That's her son. She was so fearful. It was mixed feelings actually. Because actually she knew that, right? Did she know or not that her sons will be killed by the Lord? She knew that, right? But she recalled those words from Kashyapa, her husband, who had already told her about it. And then what was the effect of that? Blood flowed from her breast. So what were the words of Kashyapa to Diti? I just share, right? He mentioned that you will have two contemptuous sons born of your condemned womb. Unlucky women, they will cause constant lamentation to all the three worlds. They will kill poor, faultless living entities, torture women, and enrage the great souls. At that time, the Lord of the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the well-wisher of all living entities, will descend and kill them, just as Indra smashes the mountains with his thunderbolts. So this was already told by Kashyapa to Diti, and she remembers that. So you can see they were turning true, right? Kashyapa's words were turning to be true. And when Diti got to know about it, as being a mother, she was fearful, also compassion for her son. But also, it was an advantage for the demons, right? Why? Because they were going to be killed by the Lord. And that was one blessing, right, for them. So she remembered the incident by the grace of the Lord. She remembered that incident at that time. How you can say Lord's grace? She remembered because what Krishna says, he gives the remembrance and also forgetfulness. Whenever we remember something, whom we should remember first?
Krishna.
Krishna, because he gives the remembrance to us. It's Krishna's grace that we remember something suddenly. And also when we forget, that also Krishna's grace. As per our consciousness, we get that. Okay, so we should be grateful when we remember something important, we suddenly remember. And who gives that remembrance? From within, Krishna gives. And that's what happened to Diti. She remembered, but she was also relieved after one, and then she was also relieved after one more thing, which she had heard from Kashyapa. What was that? Apart from demons being killed by the Lord, there was one more relief for her. Do you all remember what was that? In the story. And Kashyapa had predicted that. Who is this in the picture?
Prahlad.
Yeah, so how Prahlad is related to Diti? How is Prahlad is related to Diti?
He's Prahlad's grandson.
Yes, whose son is Prahlad?
Hiranyakashipu.
So Kashyapa also had predicted that Prahlad will take birth. The devotee will take birth in our family as a son of Hiranyakashipu, and that was also one relief for her. Okay, although the demons were going to be killed by the Lord. Okay, and there is one more thing which is mentioned here in the translation, right? Blood flowed from her breast. What does it mean exactly? So, by nature, blood transforms into milk when mothers feed the baby. Okay, so blood and milk are the same thing. Blood transforms into milk. That's the nature, that's the system Krishna has given in our body. It's all given by Krishna. And that's a blessing for the mothers that they can feed the babies by their milk. And how it happens, blood transforms into milk. We have seen how the milk from Mother Yashoda's breast also starts to flow when she sees Krishna. We have heard that before, right? Whenever Krishna, actually this is from Lalit Madhav, compiled by Rupa Goswami, that when Krishna would come back from after hurling the cows, the dust caused by the hooves of the calves and cows covers your nice face and artistic tilak. How Krishna gets dust on his face? From the dust, hooves, dust from the hooves of the calves and cows. When the calves and cows are running, the dust is running, spreading everywhere, right? It's flying, dust is flying. That goes on Krishna's face. And so it covers his nice face and his tilak. And then Krishna appears very dusty. But when you return home, the milk flowing out of the breasts of your mother, Mother Yashoda, washes your face of its dust covering, and it appears that you're purified by this milk. So whenever Mother Yashoda would see Krishna after a long time, because he would be in the forest herding the cows whole day, right? And when he comes back in the evening, Mother Yashoda would be so much in affection of Krishna, her milk would start flowing from her breast. And it is just like when the deity is washed during the performance of the Abhishek ceremony. We all have seen the Abhishek ceremony, right? What all we offer to the deities? Is milk there?
Yes.
Ghee.
Ghee, yes. Milk. Curd. Yogurt, yes. So milk
Butter.
is there. So it's very auspicious to do Abhishek to the deities.
Butter.
Yeah. So it's like Krishna is getting Abhishek from Mother Yashoda's breast milk. So you can see affection of motherly affection is so intense. What is that, Balrinda? Huh? Fruits.
Fruits, Mataji.
Yes, fruits. Fruit juices, fruits. Very nice. So this is about how motherly affection is so intense of Mother Yashoda that she starts getting milk flowing from her breast. This would also happen to elderly gopis, okay, when they see Krishna, and how their wish was fulfilled, how they could give their milk to Krishna. Do you all remember? So they were able to feed milk to Krishna when there were no cowherd boys there. And when they were not there, they were taken away by somebody, right? So I'm giving many clues. Somebody unmute and share. Who had taken away the cowherd boys?
Brahma.
Brahma. Yes, in Brahma Vimohan Leela, Krishna fulfilled this desire of gopis when they also were willing to feed Krishna their milk. So because Brahma took them away for 1 year, gopis were able to feel that love of Krishna. They could feel that something was different. Our babies, they look so much more loving, and nicely, very lovingly, they were giving their milk to Krishna. And even Mother Devaki, when she saw Krishna and Balram, and she requested Krishna that I want to see my 6 sons who died. They were killed by Kamsa, right? And she had such strong desire to see them, so she requested Krishna that I want to see them. So what Krishna and Balaram did, they went to Bali Maharaj. They went to the planet of Sutala, and they requested Bali Maharaj to return Devaki's dead sons. And then when Lord received the boys from Bali and returned, Mother Devaki also overjoyed with love. She also started getting milk from her breast, and she also fed the children with her breast milk. So why am I sharing all this with you all? Because this is what happens with the mothers of the Lord. And what happened with the mother of the demon? Was it milk or was it blood?
Blood.
Yeah, it was blood. So here you can see in the case of the demon's mother, the blood could not transform into milk. Like we learned that, right? The blood transforms into milk when mothers feed that to babies, but it could not transform into milk. And it flowed down her breast as it was. It flowed as the blood. So blood transforms into milk. To drink milk is auspicious, but to drink blood is inauspicious, although they are one and the same thing. So if you see, blood and milk actually are the same thing, because blood only transforms into milk. But drinking blood is not auspicious, it's inauspicious. Okay, this formula is applicable in the case of cow's milk also. Why there is a mention of cows here? Cow's milk also, the blood transforms into milk. And cow is one of our mothers, right? 7 mothers. Why cows are mentioned here? What do you think we can learn from this? Just share your thoughts, okay? You can unmute and share whatever you think. So how shedding cow's blood is inauspicious. That's what is mentioned here indirectly. Huh? What, Vrinda?
Mother, we can't kill it.
What is I couldn't hear.
Cow is our mother. We can't kill
Yes,
it.
yes. Cow slaughtering happens, right? She's one of our mothers. And killing the cow, shedding her blood.
Bull is our father.
Yes. So this shows how it is inauspicious to also take the blood of a mother cow. And it says that slaughtering is so inauspicious. It is the biggest sin, because cow is so much dear to Krishna. So even her blood transforms into milk, and she provides us milk, right? That's why she's our mother. So cow slaughtering is so sinful. That's what it shows. When we read this Prabhupada purport, we get to know about all these things. And that's why cows are also mentioned here. So this was about verse 23. So you understood, right? How Mother Diti now, she's got a shiver in her heart of knowing, and she remembered everything that Kashyapa had told. He had predicted that our sons will be killed by the demon. Okay, we will read the next verse now. 3, 9, 10, 24. Who wants to read? Balavrinda, do you want to read? Translation?
Yes, Mataji. When the demon saw his magic forces dispelled, he once again came into the presence of personality of Godhead Keshava, and full of rage tried to embrace him within his arms to crush him. But to his great amazement, he found the Lord standing outside the circle of his arms.
Yes, what demon is trying to do here? He's trying to embrace the Lord with his arms.
Yeah.
To embrace him. But what Lord did?
He crushed him.
He stood outside the circle of his arms.
Yeah.
He wasn't there. He escaped.
Yeah.
Right? And Krishna, what Krishna is addressed here as?
He's Lord.
He's Lord, but what is his name given here? Keshava. Yes. Why Krishna is mentioned as Keshava here? Because he killed the demon? Keshi. Yeah. And who was Keshi? Which demon?
Donkey or horse?
Horse demon. He was horse demon. And Keshi demon, what he represents? Anarthas of pride in one's own devotional practices and achievements. So when one gets very much proud of himself or herself about one's own devotional practices and achievements, that wow, I'm doing such nice devotional practice, I've achieved so much, and one gets pride, and that is anartha, and that is represented by demon Keshi, and it also represents sense of vanity and ego. Okay, so proud people often boast about themselves. Somebody would have probably come across such people, right? They boast about themselves with their own mouth, and about others they don't talk nicely. They criticize others always. They talk very nicely about themselves by their own mouth, and they criticize others. Self-appreciation is called, right? And Keshi was a horse. So demon Keshi represents all these anarthas. So you must have seen, right, how horses are controlled with their mouth. Do you see this? The rope here, his mouth is tied here, tied up, and then there is a rope. And this rope, this is the rope with which we can control the horse. Anybody has done the horse ride? Have you all observed this?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so their mouths are tied up. So it shows how, so you can relate, right? How it is relevant that why his mouth is tied up. Because in their own mouth, they are self-appreciating and criticizing others. And that's why Krishna also puts his right hand into his mouth, remember? And control him. You must have seen in that little Krishna cartoon, right? How Krishna killed the Keshi demon. So he put his right hand in his mouth and it became so hot. And his throat was started burning, right? So Hiranyaksha showed the similar qualities like Keshi demon. And that's why Krishna is mentioned, addressed here as Kesha. Because Hiranyaksha was also so proud, he thought that he would be able to catch or embrace the Lord in his two arms. But he doesn't know it is so difficult, even for devotees themselves, it is so difficult to embrace the Lord or capture the Lord. So leave alone the demons. We cannot use our material strength to capture Krishna, right? But he did not, he was so proud, he was trying to do that. So how we can stop ourselves from committing such offense? By restricting our tongue from engaging in prajalpa and by chanting the holy names of Krishna. When we chant more, our engagement in prajalpa gets reduced. Right? So we stay away from this anartha and then we chant more. Okay? And there is also the prayer that one should offer at Keshi Ghat. So this is the Keshi Ghat at Yamuna River. Why it is called Keshi Ghat? Anyone know? How is it related to Keshi, demon Keshi? Yes, Abhinav.
Is that where Keshi was slain?
Okay. Anybody else? This is where Krishna, after putting his hand in Keshi's mouth, right? It became dirty. So Krishna came here and washed his hand. So this is why it's Keshi Ghat. And we can offer prayer at Keshi Ghat to become blessed by Krishna, so as to be able to render more and more devotional services. So what more we need? If we don't want to get pride in ourselves, we can always try to get the humble mood of being the servant of Krishna's servants. Okay, so here, whenever we go to Keshi Ghat, we can remember to offer this prayer that please give me please help me to engage more and more in devotional service in the humble mood of being the servant of Krishna's servant. So why am I saying all this? Talking about Keshi demon, because the same qualities were here by Hiranyaksha. And that's why Krishna is addressed as Keshava. And the same way, Hiranyaksha will also be cured by Krishna. He also displays the same anarthas, Hiranyaksha. Okay, so this is about name Keshava. And since he had that pride, it is so difficult to embrace the Lord. But we have an example who could capture Krishna. Who's that? And why she could do that?
Yashoda, because she had love for Krishna and she had determination.
Yes, she had that pure love for Krishna and she made so much efforts, right?
Mataji.
To bind him. Yes.
Yashoda, so she had determination, and then Krishna's mercy was, and then Krishna gave mercy.
Was so determined, and she made those efforts. And correct, Kabir, very nice, thank you. So she was determined to bind him by her love, right? And she could do that. Yes, Para.
So Mother Yashoda was like 2 inches short every time. But Krishna, like Kabir said, Krishna showed his mercy upon his mother.
Yes. So he also showed like how only when you become determined and with your love, you'll be able to bind Krishna. Right? Then you get Krishna's mercy. So she's the best example who shows that she was able to capture Krishna. So Krishna can be captured only by devotees, not by demons who are trying to capture him with their material strength. Right? But he did not know that. I mean, he did not even think of all that. Krishna is supreme, and he just had that so much pride with him. Right? There is one more example of Raghunandan Thakur. Do you all know this story? Okay. So Mukunda Das, he's son of Mukunda Das. Okay. So once he had to go away on medical business, so he told his son Raghunandan that you offer the Rajbhoga to the deity. His deity name is Gopinath. Okay, so Raghunath prepared everything timely and carefully with great devotion. He made the offering, and he remembered his father's order that make sure the deity eats. That's what his father had told him, that make sure that Gopinathji eats the prasad, the bhoga. Then ringing the bell, the simple boy told the Gopinath deity, eat, please eat. And then Gopinath actually would not eat, right? So Raghunandan started crying. He saw that the food is untouched and it is there as it is. So he got also scared that his father would get angry because he was not able to make the deity eat. So he could not resist that child's intense devotion. So Lord actually ate everything from the plate, leaving no remnants. Gopinathji did not even leave any remnants. He ate everything. You see, such pure devotion and great intense devotion that child had, Raghunandan. So Gopinathji actually ate everything. So his father came back and he said, where is the Mahaprasad, remnants of Gopinathji? Raghunandan said, they ate everything. And Mukunda was astonished. He said that he would not believe that actually. He said, okay, you make the offering again and let's see what happens. So he made laddus. So Raghunandan offered Gopinathji laddus, and Mukunda was hiding. He was watching him. So Lord only took half of the laddu and he kept half of it because his stomach was full. And then Mukunda understood that the deity only took half because he was full from eating the lunch offering, and he was choking with the divine emotion in appreciation of his pure devotee son Mukunda. So he embraced his son. Even he was touched by the devotion his son had, which was so pure that Gopinathji was actually eating from his hand. So later what happens? In Jagannath Puri, Lord Gauranga asked him, who is the father and who is the son? So Mukunda says, Raghunandan is actually my father because he has given me Krishna Bhakti and showed me pure Krishna consciousness. So you can see Krishna can be captured only by pure devotees' pure love, right? Not by demons like Hiranyaksha. So this is the deity of Raghunandan. He's sleeping on his mother's lap at his birthplace. Okay. So this was about these two verses. Verse 1, we learned a little about how Diti was fearful and she remembered everything which was spoken by Kashyapa, and blood flowed from her breast. We learned a little bit about that, about milk and blood. And then this is about another verse where Hiranyaksha was actually trying to capture the Lord. And why Krishna is addressed as Keshava here. We compare him with the demon Keshi, right? Hiranyaksha and demon Keshi. And how Krishna can be captured only by the pure love of devotees and not by the demon. But because Hiranyaksha had pride, he was trying to do that again and again. Okay, did you all understand these two verses? So you will continue with another verses, the following verses from tomorrow. So I will stop here. And now, today we will practice, one second, all our verses which we practiced from beginning. Let me share that. Yes. Do you all remember all the verses? So this is what we are doing in the remaining 15 minutes today. Okay, because Priti Mataji is not here to take your Sanskrit class. And anyway, we need to practice this also once, right? So I thought let's do this today. So we practiced this long back. Anyone remembers? So what I will do, I will lower all the hands and you all again raise your hands because I don't know from when you have raised your hands. And then you all can recite this verse one back. Hope everyone remembers.
Mataji, when did you do this with them? I'm pretty sure I wasn't here that time.
Oh, this one? These verses?
Yeah.
This we have done before. I don't remember exactly when, but like how we are practicing one verse every day.
You will get revised. Like Vrinda was there, some kids are there. So you can hear, or else we can ask Mataji to now and then do this revision. So you automatically will learn it.
Yes, we can do that. Like how we practice one verse now, like that we'll be practicing even these before that. So we started from the verse 1 of Bhagavatam. All important verses we are revising every day. Every week, 1 week or 2 weeks we are practicing. So this one was practiced that time. So this is the first verse of Bhagavatam. So I will recite and then you all repeat it once. So those who did not know about this will also get to know, okay? And then you all can go one by one. I'll give you maybe 2 or 3 persons at a time. So please repeat. You all can unmute. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Janmatyasya yatonvayati taratas.
Okay,
I'll say it in a tune, okay? Janmatyasya yatonyayat. Janmatyasya yatonvayati taratas. Janmatyasya yatonvayati taratas. Chartheshvabhisnyaswarat. Tene brahmaridhaya adikavaye.
Tene brahmadaya
Tene brahmarudhaya adikavaye.
Tene
Uyanti yat suraya. Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo. Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo. Yatra trisargo mrisha. Yatra trisargo mrisha. धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि. Yes, very nice. See, Param, your name is here in this verse. Okay, everyone got all the words? Anyone has any difficulty with any word? Please
Mataji.
don't hesitate. Yes, Param.
I don't get it after like
Should I say
under
it?
Vasudeva the word.
Okay, I'll say the first line again because it's a little tricky. Okay, you all can revise again.
Yeah, look at her pretty ringies.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I'll go little by little. Janmatyasya yato.
Janmadasyato
Janmatyasya yatonvayad. Natyasya yatonvayad. Itaratash.
Itaratas
Itaratash.
Itaratas
Natyasya yatonvayaditaratash.
Janmadasyato Nivaditaratas
Chartheshvabhitnyaswarat. Chartheshvabhitnyaswarat. Everyone got this? Chartheshvabhitnya swarat. Bhitnyaha swarat. Okay. This one is easy, or you want me to repeat this also?
This one's easy.
Okay. So who would like to recite? I'll go one by one because in that way it's easy for me to know who is reciting correctly.
Can
who
I
needs to practice. Huh?
Can I decide?
Yes, Kabir, go ahead. You are the first one.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Yato Nyavayad Itaratas Chartesva Abhignya Swarat Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye Yanti Yat Surayaha
Very good.
Mari midam yata vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisa
Very nice.
damna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi.
Okay.
Mataji, can I
Very
go
nice.
next?
So today, if you are, I mean, even if we are not able to do other verses, it's fine. We will focus on this verse today.
Mataji, can I
All
go?
need more practice, okay? Yes.
Mataji, can
Minute.
Krishna
Who is next? I will give one by sequence, okay? Sequence of raised hands. So Abhigya is next. You will also get it, Param, okay? Wait for your turn.
Mataji, could Balavinda go after Abhigya?
Yes, Balavrinda, you have, yes, after Abhigya, you can go Balavrinda. Abhigya? Can you go?
Mataji, can I go after Balavrinda?
Let me see who is next. After that,
Krishna
Krishna Nayana.
Mataji, can I go after Balavrinda?
After that, we have Krishna Nayana, then Spriti, and then you, Param. Okay? We will go by sequence because there is a sequence of raised hands, so it won't be fair with others, right? Okay, go ahead. But whenever, even though you are on mute, when others are reciting, please recite with them on mute. Okay, so that's again a practice for you. It's not that because I am giving someone chance that the only person has to recite. No, others also recite on mute. Okay, Abhigya, go ahead.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयात् इतरतश्चार्थे सविज्ञास्वरात् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरया तेजो वारिमृदं यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा दाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि.
Very nice. Very nice. This is very important verse of Bhagavatam. Okay, we will also read the translation. So it's always good to know this. Yes, Vrinda, go ahead.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadasya Yado Annayaditaradas Jadeshwariya Swarat Tene Brahma Hridayadikavaye Muyanti Suraya Tejo Varimidam Yatam Minimayo Yatta Sargo Mrisham Damna Svena Sadarnirastagulagam Satam Param Dhimahi.
Very nice. Nicely recited, Vrinda. Okay, Krishna Naina.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadasya Tonvayadi Taratasya Vignasvarat Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye Muhyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Varimadam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Tisargamasha Namna Svena Sada Nirashta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Thank you,
Very
Mataji.
nice. This one is also very nice. Whatever you were reciting, the tune. Priti, go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadasya Yatonyavaditaratas Chatesha Vinyasvarat Tene Brahma Hridayadikavaye Muhyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Varimridam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Trishargo Mrisha Damna Shvena Sada Nirastaguhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Thank you, Mataji.
Very nice. Yes, Param.
Mataji, can I go?
Yes, Param. It's your turn now.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya to Nipadiratascharte Sabhigna Saravat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikave Bhushan Yatsura Tejo Brahmridam Yata Vimayo Yatri Sargomsha Thamyana Sevisadha Nirashtuham Satyam Param Thami
Dhimahi.
Dhimahi.
Very nice. Nicely recited. Kabir, do you want to recite again?
Oh, I accidentally rose my hand for the next shloka, Mataji.
For the next one, okay. Anybody else wants to recite this? Abhinav, do you want to try? Krisha and Dhruva. Atharva also we have here. So this is the opportunity you can recite and know if you want to know exactly how to pronounce the word correctly. Anybody wants to recite? Okay, we'll move to the next one. Maybe we'll practice this and stop. Okay, this is 1, 1, 2. Oh, let's first read the translation. Atharva, can you read the translation quickly? First verse. Or who wants to read it? Krishna?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read translation?
Okay, who's that?
Atharva.
Yeah, Atharva, go ahead.
O my Lord, Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva.
It's
Oh,
Vasudev, okay? Vasudev is Krishna's father, and Vasudev is Krishna himself. Okay, go ahead.
Vasudeva. O all-pervading personality of Godhead,
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Mataji, the original living being. By him even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire, or land seen on water, only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual. Although they are unreal, I therefore meditate upon him. Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. So you all can see how this is glory of Krishna. I mean, how Krishna is the absolute, the origin of all the creation. Okay, so this verse is very important. We will go to the next one, and after this we will stop. Do you all remember this one? Who all remember this? And for whom all this is new verse? Who?
Mataji.
Okay, so we have quite some. Okay, so I will read. I will say it, and then you all can repeat. Okay. धर्मा प्रोजित कैतवोत्र परमा धर्मा प्रोजित कैतवोत्र परमा निर्मत्सराणां सताम् निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदम् वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदम् तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वर किं वा परैरीश्वर सत्योरुध्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र. Be very careful here. Okay, there are three Y here. Satyo, Rudhya, Varudhyate. Satyo, Rudhya, Varudhyatetra. These three Y's makes it year, right? Satyo, Rudhya, Varudhyatetra. Satyo, Rudhya, Varudhyatetra. Kritibi. Satyo, Rudhya, Varudhyatetra. Kritibi. Anyone still has any difficulty with this?
Yes, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Satyo, Rudhya,
Sadhyorudhya
Varudhyatetra kritibhi.
Varudhyate Kritibi
Sadhyorudhya varudhyatetra kritibhi.
Sadhyorudhi Varudhyate Kritibi
Shushrushu Distakshanat. Shushrushu Distakshanat. Shushrushu
Shubhi
Yes, it's a little difficult, but you will get it by practice. Who all want to recite this one? Can you all raise your hands again, please? Because they are all raised from previous time. Yes, Avikya, go ahead.
Rama Projita Kaitavo Taparamo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vedyam Vastavam Attavastu Shivadam Tapatrayon Mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Pare Ishvara Sadhyo Hridava Udyate Ta Kritivi Sushubhistakshana.
Okay, very nice.
Mataji, can I go?
Yes, 1 minute.
Dharma
Balavrinda, it's Balavrinda's turn.
Sarvajidagaidravodravamo Nirvasdaranam Sadam Vedam Vajravamadravastu Shivadam Tapatayo Mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Gride Kimva Pare Ishvara Sadhya Hridaya Aruddhate Trakim Kritivi Shushrabi Dakshanat.
Very nice. Okay, Kabir, go ahead.
Dharma projitaha kaitavo paramo nirmatsaranam satam vidyam vastavam atra yasvastu shivadam tapa tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahakunti Krite Kim Va Parar Ishvara
Parairishvaraha, we can join.
Satyo Hridava
Ridya, Satyo Ridya.
Satyo Hridya Avarudyate.
So when you say Ridya, then this A goes here with this Ridya. Then you say Varudhyate from V, okay? Satyo Rudhya Varudhyate.
Satyo Hridya Varudyate.
Yes. Tra
Kriti Bi Hi Shubis Tatshana.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. Abhinav?
Dharma prochitu kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vavastvam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayan mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Parayarishvara Sadhyo Hrudi Sadhyo Hrudya Varudyatetra Kritipi Shushusho Shubhishtakshanat.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes, Krishnadeva. You're on mute, Krishnadeva.
धर्मपूजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वर सद्यो हृदवरुध्यते प्रकृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात्. Thank you, Mataji. Krishna.
Very nice. Okay. Anybody else wants to recite?
Mataji, it's 7:16.
Okay. We will end here. Thank you, Balavrinda. Balavrinda, I like your name today. Beautiful Balavrinda.
I put that every single day, Mataji.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe in Damodar. I have not seen that in Govinda.
Oh, Mataji, maybe because I keep on joining in the computer because I don't really get to join in the phone when you come.
Right. Right. Okay, so we practice these two verses. If possible, if you get chance, practice at home. And if you need to practice this more, we will see if we can do that later some other time during Govinda's class. Okay, these two verses are very important. So do practice. And we will end here today. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you all next week. Vaishnaveभ्यो नमो नमः. All wishes to all of you. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Devidas ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
See you all next week.